So I feel like torturing myself today, so I asked my followers on Instagram what I should draw, but here's the catch. They are only allowed to give me 3 emojis. So let's see what my followers came up with. So the first one that we have is from Chris underscore Pine Closet, and they gave us pink flower, a clown, and a heart with an arrow through it. I feel like this one is probably a little bit too realistic with my love life. You guys want to see a cool magic trick? Ta-da! I just did my sketch. Between you and me, the sketch took me a little bit too long to come up with. But here's the sketch that we come up with. Probably a girl dressed as a clown because she probably got struck with a cupid arrow. So with this sketch, let me actually enlarge it a little bit and let's actually add some color. I'm going to take this down below my line art and I'm going to find a base color. I'm going to take my lasso tool and I'm just going to outline this all out. I feel like this is very reminiscent of that clown meme that you see it all the time when like people are talking about like embarrassing hot takes and you see that meme just like all over the place. Let me see. I'm actually going to try to draw the clown makeup without looking at a reference. The hair is red, right? I think it's red. That is very that is very red. I was thinking of having her whole hair to be red, but I'm actually going to make it like a wig. Maybe her hair will be like brown or black. Let me add a little bit of like texture to it. Okay, so the face, let's make it like white face paint. That's how they have it, right? Like white face paint. Believe it or not, I don't think I've ever got face painted when I was like a kid. Usually when there's like carnivals around growing up, carnivals and festivals are like a really big thing, but I don't think I've ever had my face painted. And then they have like a red nose, right? Actually, growing up, I don't think clowns was like a really big thing either. I think clowns was like, I don't know. I think it was like more like a movie, TV show kind of thing. What else does a clown have? Clown has, I don't think it's red. I think it's blue, right? They have like those little markings underneath the eyes. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit more saturated. Like that, right? What are those anyway? Are those like, wait, that goes above the eyebrow, does it? Yeah, I think he goes above the eyebrow. What are these blue markings anyway? Are they like, I wonder where does this like originate from? And then the dress, I'm gonna make it like pink flowers. That is very pink, but that's okay. I'm gonna fix that later. I'm gonna have a bit of the face paint go down to the neck, just like to make it look like it's like painted on. Imagine if she got struck by the arrow and she automatically become a clown. Like, joke's on you. You falling in love? Like the feathers right here at the end of the arrow, have it have like hearts at the end to make it look like it came from Cupid. I feel like I should have saved this for February. This is like, I don't know, I feel like this is very fitting for a Valentine's Day theme episode. I'm actually going to keep the, oop, what are you doing, Procreate? I'm going to try to keep the arrow, or like the, I do not know the anatomy of an arrow, the non-feather and non-pointy part, this thing. I'm going to keep it brown since the hair is like black. She's probably gone on one too many dates and was like, nah, I might as well be a clown. Oop. I hate this new update. I hate this new update from Procreate. Okay, I think that works. I think that's a pretty good clown without a reference. Let me pull up my color balance just to make sure the colors are harmonious, since I kind of just like threw it on the canvas. The wildest thing I've ever drawn. So let me add this to a group and let me do some finishing touches. I'm gonna do a multiply layer, add a little bit more shadow. And I'm gonna take my smudge brush and I'm just gonna blur the soft edges. Okay, I think that works. And this is the final piece for the first one that we have so far. This is the most, this is a very preserved thing that I've ever drawn, but honestly kind of sums up my my dating life in a nutshell. All right, on to the next one. Have came from sketched underscore in underscore stone underscore. And they gave us an elf. That looks like an elf. Yeah, that's an elf. Sad flower and a sword. I'm assuming this is something to do with Legend of Zelda. So this is the sketch I came up with it. I kind of think of it like maybe it was a fallen warrior and she probably passed away and all the loved ones end up giving her flowers to kind of like remember her. Because I know like the sad flower that's meant for like sadness, right? I'm gonna put this in multiply and I'm gonna add some colors to it. I know Legend of Zelda is like a very popular game. I've never played it though. I have heard a lot about the Breath of the Wild. I think that's what the game was. It was one that was like open adventure, open world where you pretty much can run around and you collect items. It was really, really big thing back then when the Nintendo Switch was first released. But I also heard the game was like really big. I think it was like over 100 plus hours. I think it came out during COVID, which is why it became like such a big deal. Okay. Emoji had a green dress. I actually kind of like the color. It's almost like she probably like passed away for a really long time. Let's give her like blue earrings. Give her like a blue accent to break up all the colors. I also wanted to give her like a veil. Probably paint that on top. I'm gonna have to look up some reference photos because I don't quite remember how a veil supposed to look like on top of skin. I'm just gonna leave it there. I need to work on the flowers. Flowers or roses. Gonna be red. That is very saturated. let me lower that. Jesus. I'm just gonna do like random dots around her. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to like give myself a blueprint so I know what I'm working with. I'm gonna put some around the body, probably like a few of them on her arms. That is a shoulder. I promise I know what I'm talking about. Maybe a few like on her neck. A little bit. Maybe like one on her hand. I take it back. Maybe I could make the flowers a little bit more saturated. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good base to work with. She might be even a queen, maybe. I don't know. She's giving me very Zelda vibes. That's the name, right? It's not. I know the other elf guy. His name is Link, and the other elf girl. Her name is Zelda, right? I may not know the games, but I at least know the names. At least, maybe I could be wrong. But who knows? Maybe this person is like probably a queen, maybe a princess that like fell in battle or was like probably overtaken from the kingdom, probably overruled, or maybe she tried to reclaim her throne and probably failed. Kind of like a what if Rhaenyra Targaryen failed. I'm only saying that because the new season of How to Train Your Dragon is out. Wait, How to Train Your Dragon? The House of the Dragon. Gee, am I okay? Am I well? I don't think I'm well. How do I get those two mixed up? I mean, they're both dragons. I mean, I think that's a fair mix up. Okay, I think this is good. I'm just adding a little bit more contrast on the flowers to give like a little bit more dimension. And then I think this is like a really good stopping point. And this is the final piece for the last one. This is giving very strong Zelda vibes. I know I've been saying that the entire time, but that's pretty much what it gives me. I really like this piece. I might actually put even more detail later on. But yeah, this one's definitely my fave. Well, these are the two illustrations that I've done so far. I have so many more suggestions that my followers on Instagram have given me. If you want to give any suggestions or just want to follow me on Instagram, my link is in the description box below. And I'll be asking like a lot of questions to my followers a lot just to give me some ideas of what to draw because I'm very new to this YouTube thing. I'm trying to come up with like more ideas what to work with. So if you guys have like any ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments or be on the lookout for any time when I do like little prompt boxes like this. But other than that, thanks for watching.